Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Go Native Farms. And if you're the type of person that likes to do things a little more healthy or organic, then I think you are going to like this episode. So sometimes around the farm, I end up building things out of wood and I want to stain them. And I like to do things as healthy as possible. So I decided I was going to take some beets from my garden and also some linseed oil, and I was going to make a nice stain. And as you can see, it's stained it a nice red color with about 2 coats on there. And if you want to watch this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I chopped up those beets and mixed it with that linseed oil and made a pretty good, healthy, organic bench that you can sit on and not have to worry about any chemicals leaching. All right, so hold tight. We're going to go into the kitchen and I'm going to show you how I make a nice stain out of these garden beets and the linseed oil. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in the kitchen in about 2 seconds. All right, so the next thing you're gonna need is a beet, and then you're gonna need an old blender. This is kind of an old blender that's kind of a throwaway thing. You're probably not gonna wanna put that linseed oil in there and then reuse it down the road for a protein shake. So you can find yourself a cheap blender at Walmart or somewhere. And basically the two ingredients you're gonna need is that linseed oil and the beets. So we're going to chop up this beet in a second, and then we're going to throw that linseed oil in the blender and we're going to blend it up. All right, so we have that beet chopped up, and you want to get yourself a nice beet that's dark, rich color, nice dark and red. And then over here I have some of that linseed oil, which is a boiled flaxseed oil, and we're just going to dump that right in to our blender, and that there is about 16 ounces, which I think is pretty good. And I didn't do an exact measurement on the weight of the beets. I just got some beets, chopped up a decent amount, and then I just started throwing it right into the blender there and just let it rip and blend up really good. So we're going to put about that much in. Didn't measure it. The more beets you put in, the darker the color is going to be. Now I'm not adding any water in here. It's just oil because the linseed oil will have some protections with with the oil, and it's going to last longer and protect better versus if it was just a water base. So this is going to be a oil-based stain that we have going on there. There's a little bit of water, of course, in the beets, but mostly it's going to be an oil-based type of a stain that we're using. And I'm going to get the lid on there, and then we're going to start that up. So basically, you're just going to puree it as much as possible. It's probably going to take a couple of minutes to puree it, and then you can stain it, and we'll talk about that after this is done blending. So that beet oil mixture is pureed pretty well. You don't have to strain it, but if you want to strain it, then you want to get a good strainer. Now this strainer is too thin, and I used this one the other day, and if you start by using too fine of a strainer to begin with, then it's not going to work too well. It's going to clog up. So you need something that has bigger holes to start with if you're planning on straining it. If you don't strain it, then it's going to have some pulp that's left on the wood, and you're just going to have to use a broom, and you're going to have to sweep that off, or you could blow it off with a air compressor or something like that. All right, so we have our strainer in place here, and we're just going to go ahead and pour some of that in, and then we're going to go outside and we're going to paint a little bit. Now, I think what I'm going to do is just use this first strainer, and we're just going to get a little bit, and then we're going to go out there and paint it and show you guys what it looks like. But what you can do, if you really want to get it strained really nice, just come back with the finer mesh of the strainer, and then you can go through there. Then you can just put that through to get out most of the pulp if you don't want to deal with sweeping off the pulp from your wood after you're done. So hang tight. We're going to run outside and we're going to paint a little bit of this and talk about that some more. All right, so we're back outside. You're going to need yourself a paintbrush. You want to sand this right before you stain it, and that helps for it to absorb the paint. And then you're going to have to put a couple of different coats on there. So let's just kind of go over here, get a little bit, and we're just going to paint the stuff on. And as it goes on, it's not going to look terribly dark. It's not going to look like you have paint, like regular paint for exterior. It's just going to look a little bit light like this. And you're going to have to just come back and do it a couple of times, but you can already see it's starting to get a little bit of color there. And then I think I'm just going to let this dry a little bit, and then we'll put a couple more coats on. As a matter of fact, I think we'll probably just paint both of these real quick, and then we'll kind of show you what it looks like when we put different coats on. So basically just getting that stuff on there kind of nice and thick to begin with. And I didn't actually sand this one yet, so we'll see what it actually looks like without sanding it. But you do want to sand it. That'll help it absorb better. And then kind of that's our first coat right there. And all right, that's what it looks like. And we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll come back and put another coat on in a little bit. All right, so we have the first coat on there, and it's already stained, and it got a little bit dry there as well. And we're just going to kind of put on another coat here, just from about here to here, so you can see the difference between one coat and two coats, and maybe three coats. So yeah, this is just going to be two coats right here, and then we will be back after this stuff dries, and we'll see what the two coats versus the one coat looks like. All right, so I did put an additional coat on there, and I think you guys can see this side's a little bit darker versus this side over here, and it looks pretty good. As I was making this video, I thought to myself about a better way to kind of do this. And one of the things you could do is get yourself one of those Jack LaLanne juicers, and then you could just juice your beets ahead of time, and then just mix that beet solution right into your boiled linseed oil and mix that up, and then you won't have to deal with additional pulp. I just put another coat on here, and you can see there's pulp on there, which you're going to have to come back and sweep that off or blow it off with a blower or air compressor or something like that. Now, I've never used this process before. It was just something I thought about doing, and I wanted to do it in a more healthy and organic way where I don't have to worry about chemicals in paints and stains. I don't know how long this is going to last, but it does have that oil base on there to help repel water. Now, if this starts to fade after a couple of years, just get a belt sander and come through here and just sand all that off again, and then you can just restain it and it'll go back on and it'll look pretty good. I hope this gave you guys some good ideas on how you can use a more healthy and organic pigment and ingredient like these beets and linseed oil to make a nice stain for any tables that you might be making around your farm or homestead. If this helped, please do like, subscribe, and share, and hope you have a great rest of the day.